Hey guys, William Mayette from No Bowl Piano, and in preparation for my No Bowl Guide to Jazz Piano, which is going to be coming out the 1st of April, I want to talk about how you can really practice your chords. Now, what I've done is I've created a randomization sheet. I actually have 3 of these, and what it does is it just lays out just the root of the chord randomly. Being able to play chords randomly is a much, much better way of really locking in those chords and making sure that you know them. Okay, so I'm also using the iReal Pro. You can check out iRealPro.com and download the software. I can't give you any help on the software, but I am utilizing it, and I have this randomization sheet which you'll be able to download and then load into your own iReal Pro. Great piece of software. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to play through just major triads, right? So the first time through, all I'm going to do is just do my major triads. So here we go. Finally, A flat. So now, the next time through, what I could do is I could play these triads in inversions. So here we go. Let me go ahead and stop this. So I'll start with C, G, E, B flat. Which inversion you go to just really depends on which one would be closest. So here I'll keep the D flat and I'll move there. Now for the B, I'll just move right on up to the B. But now for G flat, I'll keep that G flat there. For F, just slide down. For D, keep the A. And then for A flat, just go right to A flat, root position. All right, so that's your major triads, both in root position and also in inversions. So obviously what you could do is sky is the limit really with how you practice this. You could say, all right, let me do all of my triads now in first inversion. Let me do all of them in second inversion, all right? Let me then play my minor chords. Let me go ahead and do 7th chords. What if we did 7th chords for this? Let's try that. That's going to be a little bit more challenging. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring the tempo down to 80 because that's the tempo that we're doing for the No Bowl Guide to Jazz Piano. So here we go. We're going to do 7th chords, dominant 7ths. Playing with me, right? This would be great practice for you to do along with me. And do you notice how there's nothing that your ear can really hold on to? It doesn't sound like a common progression. It's not the typical blues. And this is a great way of really making sure that you know your chords. Now, you could take this technique and do scales with this as well. Say, okay, let me do my C major scale, then let me do my G major scale. Let me do my E major scale. I can go through that. I could do the inversions. I can also have some fun and do like octaves in the left hand if I want to do more of like a rock kind of feel. So there, what I'm doing is I'm kind of pulling out some of those riffs that I have in my Chord Essentials course, so I could take some of those ideas. All right, so it's a great way of practicing my chords. How long should you do that for? You can just do it for like 5-10 minutes a day. You don't have to put in a lot of time. But rather than just practicing something that's mindless, like, okay, not really thinking about what I'm doing, you want to stay active and engaged in your practice. I've seen other YouTube videos in which people are practicing and they're just like, they're just practicing over and over and over again. And that's great for muscle memory, but the problem is that this is a muscle as well, your brain. And when you're not engaging your brain, well, guess what? You're not engaging your brain, and you're not going to get smarter at being able to really grab at these chords in an instant. And that's what you need in order to be able to be a good pianist and a good improviser. You need to be able to grab at these chords in an instant. Every great pianist or musician that you listen to that can play or improvise or compose or sing and play, they know how to play all of these chords at the blink of an eye. So if you're not there yet, don't worry. You will get there, and you can get there. This is one way in which you can get there, and it works extremely well. So if you're interested in getting this sheet, getting that play-along track as well, you can go ahead back to nobowlpiano.com. Check it out there. It will be in the courses area as well. Okay, so I look forward to seeing you in my No Bowl Guide to Jazz Piano. Be sure to check that out. And then in just a second, check out that Circle of Fifths is BS video on YouTube as well. I'd love to get your comments. Take care.